Everyone, it's early here. I already had a sweet visit from my granddaughter, oldest one. She has to get ready for school. I love it when you're in. Oh, gonna go visit Grozy. So cute. A great day yesterday. My daughter here and my son went together, and again, it's just I love it. Uh, my son's going for a job interview or to make an impression. There's some kind of a conference going on. Anyway, or a get together, something. And he wants to make a good impression on his new employers. So he calls my daughter and says, "Hey, where do I go? What do I do to get me a suit, this and that, at the cost that he can afford?" And so they went, and I got the pictures. I said, "Mom, what do you think?" Said, "Oh, he looked just oh, my son looked just so neat, yeah." And then my daughter also told us that you look, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to get rid of your beard, but you're gonna have to clean that up. You gotta if you want to look the part, you're gonna have to do that too. So he did, and he came, and his beard was nicely trimmed, and his mustache, and he looked fabulous in his in the new clothes, and it was according to they stayed within budget. Yes, okay. But the main thing for me was on how my son, trusts his sister, younger sister, on helping him. Right? Yes. I love that. I love on how my children work together with each other. Oh, are they always hunky dory? This and that. Oh dear me, I wish. But still, there is this, they grow up together. And I believe, even though, sibling rivalry, and then, some go this way and that way in life, and that suits some and not the others, or whatever, yeah. Yet still, that togetherness that they had, and I have no doubt homeschooling had something to do with that as well. It carried into their adult life. Yes, yeah. So anyway, I love that. I love that when things come up that they can rely on each other. And it seems like nobody ever says no, that, well, I don't have time for this. And of course, me being here, right? I could take care of the little one. We had a fabulous time together. So there you go, right? Yes? Okay. Um, love that. I love to see that within my children, and how do you say, I praise them for it as well. So okay, let's keep going here in the book of Psalms. 110, 111, and 112. Okay, let's see. A Psalm of David. The Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand. The Lord said to my Lord. How's that work? I don't know. That doesn't even make any sense. I have no idea what that even means. The Lord said to my Lord. All right, let's keep going. Maybe we'll find out what that means. Sit at my right hand till I make your enemies your footstool. The Lord shall send the rod of your strength out of Zion. Rule in the midst of your enemies. All right. Okay. I. All right. Maybe someone has a better idea on what that exactly means. I know what that kind of means, but it's a Psalm of David. About David? Oh, could be one about David. Okay, you know what? Ugh, not even. But one thing comes to my mind here. So I call it my staff, and it's a old curtain rod. When we built our own home in the mountains, instead of going buying curtain rods, we don't have any blinds in front of the windows or anything like that. So I hung curtains, and instead of buying them, I made them myself out of branches, nice straight branches, and I whittled them down, and then I sanded them, and then I put a coating over it. I either stained them or put a coating over it, and and then they have I left like a fork, at the end, or some, I didn't completely just cut them off, so they had have these little branches sticking out, which are great. You can hang stuff from it. And one of them I didn't need anymore, and so I brought it here with me for my daughter here, actually, who makes these beautiful little hangings and stuff, and she needs stuff like this. So I brought two of them with me, and this one was perfect when it was snowing like this. I thought, hey, I still saw it sitting in the corner, and I'm going, man, I'm going to take that and use that as my staff. So I have this on the bottom, it's straight, and then on the top it has the two forks coming out, or like a fork, two sticks coming out, like for a slingshot. And I'm gonna got my own staff, and then kind of dawned on me, okay, who do you ever see with a staff, right? Like the staff, okay, the even the cardinals and stuff would have these staffs, and oh, shepherds. Okay, why do they have a staff? I've never actually seen a shepherd with a staff. I'm just saying, not if it was a young one. Aha. You know what? Why people had these staffs and stuff that kind of became the symbol of something? It's so they can walk. Yes. They wouldn't be carrying around the staff. How about you, Moses too, and Aaron, with their staffs? They were already old, so they could walk. Staffs are for walking, right? So again, there's some kind of a weird thing attached to sticks, right? As staff or whatever they're made out of, and there isn't. They're a great tool for one thing and one thing only: to stabilize you when you walk, to help you walk. Just saying. Your people shall be volunteers in the day of your power, in the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Volunteers for what exactly? You have the due of your youth. The Lord has sworn and will not relent. You are a priest forever according to the order of Melchizedek. Okay, then it can't be about David. David was not a priest. The Lord is at your right hand. He shall execute kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the nations. He shall fill the places with dead bodies. Wow, really? He shall execute the heads of many countries. He shall drink of the brook by the wayside. There he shall lift up the head. Come again? You see what they lay at God's feet? He shall fill the places with dead bodies. Oh, come on now. You know what? Let's just keep going. No, that's not true and will never be true. Psalm 111. Lay our own sins at the feet of the Lord. Come on now. Praise the Lord. I will praise the Lord with my whole heart in the assembly of the upright and in the congregation. As long as what? He's doing all the killing for you? The works of the Lord are great, studied by all who pleasure in them. His work is honorable and glorious, and his righteousness endures forever. He has made his wonderful works to be remembered. The Lord is gracious and full of compassion. Now suddenly. He has given food to those who fear him. Yeah, that's like a threat. God comes down and tells you, you know what? I'll feed you and if not, I'm going to litter the streets with bodies. That sound like God to you? Okay, you know what? I'm not even. Look, I'm already getting upset. Just, why is this? I said, but they were so ignorant at that time. No, they weren't. We've already established that they were not ignorant. They knew a whole lot of stuff. It's just they wanted to do their own thing. They didn't want to follow, right, God's guidance, really, when it came down to it. And the reason? Who wrote all this down? Does it ever talk about the common? Oh, yeah, it talks about the poor and the fatherless, right? And the widows. Really? Why? They didn't change anything to make life better for those. Why not? Because, boy, when once you are on top of that pyramid, what do you have to do to stay there? Abuse people. Does everybody do that? No. Do a lot of them do that? Yes. It's just what it is. Right? Anyway. And then they say, oh, but I didn't know. You know, yeah, you know. Everybody knows. People know. When you have that kind of power, you know. The Lord is gracious and full of compassion. He has given food to those who fear him. He will ever be mindful of his covenant. Now they're threatening God. Okay. He has declared to his people the power of his works in giving them the heritage of the nations. The works of his hands are verity and justice. All his precepts are sure. They stand fast forever and ever, and are done in truth and uprightness. He has sent redemption to his people. He has commanded his covenant forever. Holy and awesome is his name. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Okay, wow. That's not true. A good understanding have all those who do his commandments. His praise endures forever. Now there is what a good understanding have all those who do his commandments. Now that's true. But the rest of it, what does it say? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. No, it's not. Where is there any of the commandments that speak of fear? They speak of proper behavior, to align your life, everyone's life, according to what the best outcome will bring. What will bring the best outcome? I knew I said that wrong. I had to think about it. Where do I put that? You know, in German, even in Swiss, the grammar where you set words, right, is different than in English. And sometimes that I still mix that up. It sounds well, but that it would be that way. But then I realized that it doesn't sound exactly. It means a little bit something different. So that's one thing to know, right? Yes. Or to remember. So that's exactly what just happened. So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom? No. A good understanding have all those who do his commandments? Yes. And one has to follow the commandments in order to understand that. So I could tell you all kinds of things about, well, if you keep this or that commandment, guess what the outcome will be? Not just for yourself, but for your descendants, and restoration for your ancestors. Yes? I can talk all day about that. All day long, all week long, all month, all year. My whole life. But people have to experience that themselves. What does it feel like? What does life look like without lying, for example? Man, you sleep good. Sleep really good. Then you learn how to do things where you don't have to lie, right? Practice first, no lying. Well, and then, well, how do I get to the point where I don't have to constantly confess about things? By not doing them. You see, there is an elevation. There's a levels, right? Like in a game. That's like there should be a game about the 10 Commandments that you can play. How to get to the next level. Yes? That might instill some greater understanding in people and what to actually do in their life. I'm just saying. Somebody could make a lot of money with that. Maybe not become a billionaire, but yes? Yeah, and then maybe with the money that one could do some good. Okay, all right. There's a lot of people out there who do a lot of good with their money. I know that. I've done that, right? As little as I am when it comes to all that. Yes? Yeah. And then with what we built up in the mountains, we still help people out as well. Yes? Yeah, okay. Yes, there are rules. All right. Next. Psalm 112. Praise the Lord. Blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who delights greatly in his commandments. that just proved what I said before. They knew. Blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who delights great. Okay, fears the Lord. Who follows the Lord? How about that? Who delights greatly in his commandments. So they know that, or they're just saying that? Well, if that's the truth, well, how come the Israelites weren't able to do it? If it created so much delight, they never gave it a chance. They never really followed God's guidance. Because who didn't follow either? Huh? I feel like the common people, the common Israelites, just the common Jane and Joe, right? They were just left in the dust more often than not. Left without complete guidance. Without complete guidance. The Levites were not able to. I'm not saying, I don't know what the reasons were, but the Levites got involved with whom? And then stuck close to whom? Instead of going out and being amongst the people as they were supposed to, and then the people, the towns, the groups, the tribes, taking care of their part of the tribe that was there with them. Yes, that was one of God's guidance as well. In the covenant, it was so. That's what it says. So, what happened? And is it still happening today? Well, I told about when I found out that churches, a priest, a pastor isn't doing his own thing, right? There's all these doctrines out there, all these established churches of whatever, and are attached to some main source, and then whoever, all the little ones that are out there, little churches that are out there attached to the main one, they have a schedule, they have a itinerary. And I find that so sad. When I found that out, I said, every time I went to a church, I'm going, I wonder if that priest is actually talking from his own heart. It has. They do attach some. But really what they're doing is just, as I said, follow an itinerary all year long. Every Sunday they're told what to say or what to talk about. I find that really sad. Well, anyway. So, there it is. So is that really the guidance that the people need out there? Nah, I don't think so. Okay, just me. His descendants will be mighty on earth. The generation of the upright will be blessed. Wealth and riches will be in his house. Well, that's important, yeah. And his righteousness endures forever. Unto the upright there arises light in the darkness. He is gracious and full of compassion and righteous. A good man deals graciously and lends. He will guide his affairs with discretion. Surely he will never be shaken. The righteous will be in everlasting remembrance. He will not be afraid of evil tidings. His heart is steadfast, trusting in the Lord. His heart is established. He will not be afraid until he sees his desire upon his enemies. Now that sounded really good, actually, on what a man is supposed to be. A woman, too. Until he sees his desire upon his enemies. No. I do not want to wish anything bad on anyone. That's going to backfire on you. Yeah, if you want to fear something, fear that. Fear your own thoughts against others. No. He has dispersed abroad. He has given to the poor. His righteousness endures forever. His horn will be exalted with honor. Oh, that's interesting. He has dispersed abroad? All right. We know what abroad means. That would be outside the nation. But, interesting. I find with something like this, again, this is where I could see, yes, this is in the Psalms. So it is okay to, right? Yes, mingle with outside of the nation per se, right? Yes, which at this time, so again, to establish God's people, be strong. You're not going to be intimidated or led astray suddenly by other gods, for example. Right? yet I could see on how something like this in here is, again, it gives, oh, but it is right there. But it is right there. We can do that. Yes? Yeah. And then for what reason exactly? Is it really to help out? Is it to, at that time? No. Is it this time too? Is it really to help a people and establish what? Yes. Believing freely, being able to believe freely in God. Is it that to really free the people, or is there something else attached to it? Well, if we help them, we've already established a deal, right? Yes, for minerals or other stuff, or who knows what. Right? I'm just saying. His righteousness endures forever. His horn will be exalted with honor. His horn will be exalted with honor. I have no idea what that means. The wicked will see it and be grieved. He will gnash his teeth and melt away. The desire of the wicked shall perish. He will gnash his teeth and melt away. The wicked will see it and be grieved. Yes. Hopefully, hopefully all people will start to understand how important it is to love God's heart so he can love us. Yes, he or she can love us. Our parent can love us. And hopefully they will gnash their teeth by going, what have I been doing? But not melt away. And the desire of the wicked shall perish. And suddenly all this stuff that has created so much havoc and hurt and distaste and pain will fall away. And everyone will start to just, hey, we can do this. We're designed to live together in peace and harmony, help each other out. And at the same time, acknowledge that we have an ultimate creator, an ultimate parent. It ain't so wrong to open our doors to that presence. Yes? I'm just saying. All right. So that's the end. That's the end of 110, 111, and 112. That's it. That's all I have to say right now. Maybe I'll make one more video. What's going on today? My daughter is still off today. And I got things to do, and then I don't want to do them. Well, because there's no hurry on anything. So we'll see. What needs to be done today? I can't really think of anything. I want to cook some more stuff. I want to make more pizza today. Oh, make this absolutely fabulous pizza. So pizza, though, is a really easy thing to make. It doesn't take a whole lot of knitting, and if you have one of those great ninjas like I do that has a dough attachment, or if you have a food processor that has a dough attachment, they're usually not the sharp blades. It's usually a plastic blade that has the little blades on it, but they're plastic, so, right? Yes. So it actually knits the dough and doesn't cut the dough. Yes. Okay. It goes really quick. It takes, gosh, less than 5 minutes, or less than that, to put all the ingredients for the dough together, and then go 60 seconds. The dough is done. You knead it a little bit, and then you put it in a bowl and let it rise for about 45 minutes to an hour, and you're ready to make your pizza. Not kidding. Yes, you don't have to let it rise again, or And so I made a pizza. I had onions and I had bell peppers, and you can put on whatever you want. And I don't think there's any limitations on what you want to put on pizza. So I put a lot of onions on. Oh, and I made my own sauce. I didn't have any sauce, so I had a few tomatoes, and I added garlic to it and some basil. And what else did I put in there? Little onion too. and I swirled it all together, added some spices, swirled it all together, and it became a really light sauce. Well, it was fine, and I put that on, gave it a really good taste. Put that on, and then mozzarella cheese, yes. And you know what? You could just use the regular mozzarella. I've now several times used the fresh mozzarella, the real deal, this and that, and found that yeah, it's all right. It's okay. For some reason, I wasn't all that impressed, and I thought, well, am I going with the expensive cheese, which we got on sale, reduced, so it was cheaper as well. Um, so I just used the regular in the block mozzarella and grated it, and then I put that on, and then the onions and the bell peppers, and I made my own with ground beef uh, uh, meatballs. Made meatballs, very simple, flavored them, and then I cooked them up first in the frying pan, and covered, made them nice and nice, browned them on either side, on each side. I made them kind of small, not too big, but this big. And then I usually put a top on, the heat's still in there, and I'll finish cooking them up on the inside. They don't get too dark on the outside. And then once they were done, I set those aside. Then I made the rest of the pizza, and then I cut the meatballs in half and put them on. Oh, it was delicious. It was so delicious. Anyway. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to share. How did I get into pizza? Oh, I want to make it again. I have another half of the ground beef left over. Though last night I made a roast, potatoes and carrots and onions in the instant pot. Yes. Oh, it's great. This is the first time I used the new instant pots, and my son-in-law showed me how to use it properly. Oh my gosh. The roast is just falling apart, and it's juicy, and haven't tasted it yet. Well, I want to, though. Everything looks great. So we'll have that for dinner, but I think I'm going to make a pizza as well because I have to use them. All right. Anyway, I want to make some food. I want to make some more brownies. I found this great brownie recipe, and not a great baker. I want my daughter to bake here. And then I made also a vermicelle paste, which is made from chestnuts. And I don't have one of those things where you can push the vermicelle through. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to use that paste. Tastes delicious too. Yes, with chestnuts, of course, that I collected myself. So I got things that I want to spend some time in the kitchen and have some things ready in the fridge for my oldest granddaughter to eat when she comes home, to have good healthy snacks. Oh yeah, and we want to make some healthy snacks for the little one. We don't want to buy anything in the bags anymore. It was good to see if she likes any of that stuff, but want to make our own snacks for her. Better, healthier. She loves to eat. She eats just about anything except for what she can't have yet. So, all right. Enough of all that. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, and embrace you with love, and I will talk to you all another time.